Hi guys, welcome to our today's lesson. This is Electrical and Electronic Engineering Department Diploma Module 1. The subject is Analog Electronics. The topic is Semiconductor Theory. I'm going to take you through bonds in semiconductors, and I'm your presenter, Obaga Alfred. There are two objectives for the lesson. That is, by the end of the lesson, the trainees should be able to, number one, define covalent bond, number two, describe bonding in semiconductors. When we talk about bonds in semiconductors, basically we are looking at how atoms in semiconductors are held together. Basically, in semiconductors, bonds are formed by sharing of valence electrons, and such bonds are known as covalent bonds. So in the formation of a covalent bond, each atom contributes equal number of valence electrons, and the contributed electrons are shared by the atoms engaged in the formation of the bond. For example, if we have atom A and atom B of the same element, each of the atoms will contribute an electron. So we'll have two electrons which are being shared amongst the two atoms, that is atom A and atom B. The two electrons forms a bond. That is, the two electrons, which is a pair, forms the covalent bond. So we have two key points which we need to note from that. That is, number one, the covalent bonds are formed by sharing of valence electrons. And number two, in the formation of covalent bond, each valence electron of an atom forms a direct bond with the valence electrons of an adjacent atom. That is, for example, atom A and atom B. So in other words, valence electrons are associated with particular atoms, the atoms which contributed those electrons. And for that reason, valence electrons in semiconductors are not free because they are involved in bonding. Now let us look at the commonly used semiconductors. We have two commonly used semiconductor materials, that is silicon and germanium. The reason why these two are frequently used is because the energy required to break their covalent bonds, or the energy required to release an electron from their valency bands to the conduction band, is very small, being 0.7 electron volt for germanium and 1.1 electron volt for silicon. Let's start with germanium. The atomic number of germanium is 32, meaning it has 32 protons. And since an atom is electrically neutral, the number of protons equals to the number of electrons. Therefore, germanium atom has 32 electrons, whereby the first orbit here has 2 electrons, the second has 8 electrons, the third has 18 electrons, and the fourth has 4 electrons. Therefore, it is clear that germanium atom has 4 valence electrons, and it is the tendency of each germanium atom to have 8 electrons in the outermost energy level. To do so, each germanium atom positions itself between 4 other germanium atoms. Like this is the central one, so it has 4 other germanium atoms, which will contribute each one of them an electron for sharing purposes. And in this process of sharing, the central atom completes its last orbit by having 8 electrons revolving around the nucleus. In this way, the central atom sets up 4 covalent bonds. That is, we have bond 1, bond 2, bond 3, and bond 4. And since the atoms are arranged in an orderly pattern, germanium has crystalline structure. Bonding in silicon is the same as bonding in germanium. The atomic number of silicon is 14, therefore it has 14 protons and 14 electrons, whereby the innermost energy level has 2 electrons, the second has 8 electrons, and the third has 4 electrons. Therefore, the atom of silicon has 4 valency electrons, which are used for bonding. Silicon atom has a tendency of having 8 electrons in the outermost energy level. To achieve this, it has to position itself between other 4 neighboring atoms, which will contribute each one of them an electron for sharing purposes. So we have the central silicon atom, which is surrounded by other 4 atoms of silicon. Therefore, each one of them will contribute an electron, whereby the central atom will have 8 electrons in the outermost energy level revolving around the nucleus. So we'll have 4 bonds which will be formed. That is the first one, the second, the third, and the fourth. Like germanium, silicon atoms are also arranged in an orderly manner. Therefore, silicon has crystalline structure. Assignment to be carried out: which are the most commonly used semiconductors and why? Thank you.